Our arts and entertainment correspondent Lucy Cotter has more.
It's a sci-fi multi-sensory production which could well be the future of opera. Far from traditional, it's being described as an occult mystery film opera and is one of the first to make use of 3D technology. Audiences wear 3D glasses and are transported to a surreal garden that feeds on lost souls, flipping between live action and pre-recorded footage.
I'll catch you.
The author of the novel and now blockbuster Cloud Atlas, David Mitchell, has written the opera, and fans will recognise his dark fantasy in the piece.
Inevitably, it's art, and what art has in common with Marmite is it doesn't matter how good the Marmite is, there'll be people who hate it. We want it to be modern and recognisably an opera, but we also don't want to write something that you need a PhD in musicology to understand and appreciate.
2D and 3D films sit alongside holograms, singers and a full orchestra, with the composer Michel van der Aar fusing classical with electronic music.
We live now, in the here and now, and we need to find a way to bring people in with the vocabulary of, now. And I grew up with image culture, with MTV, so for me, the use of electronics, use of influences of pop music is a very natural thing. It's all part of my toolbox.
Traditional opera is often accused of elitism and failing to attract a new generation. However, moves have been made to modernise, not least with the English National Opera's production being broadcast in 3D. But critics say The Sunken Garden goes much further.
Some new operas make a small step forward, some make a stride forward. This one goes right through the wall. It takes us into an area where opera has never been before, and it opens the potential for what opera can do in future in ways that I've never expected. It's an unsettling but a wonderful sensation, and it actually breeds the possibility that opera can be reinvented.
But do audiences agree?
I've never seen a mashup of cinema and opera and theatre like that before. Absolutely engaging.
Never seen any 3D on stage before. Totally working. It was quite magical, actually.
I think it's an interesting experiment, but I would doubt that it's going to be something that will stick.
The challenge will be attracting new audiences to this opera without alienating the ones that exist already. Lucy Cotter, Sky News.
Well, joining me now are opera singers Jonathan Antoine and Charlotte Giaconelli, known to millions simply as Jonathan and Charlotte. And what do you think of it, first of all, Charlotte? Do you think it's a good idea to appeal to young audiences?
I think it's a very interesting idea, and I think the way they've tried to approach it, to sort of bring the modern with the more classical opera, is actually very clever. I mean, kind of what we're all about is the bringing the modern with the classical, and I think it's a very interesting concept, and I'd like to see it on stage, to actually see, for myself, because I think it's going to be one of those that you have to sit down and see it yourself to really make a judgment on it, I think.
Yeah, it's a hard concept to get your head around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's